Okay, everybody, here we are. Closing bell went off like 30 seconds ago, maybe less than that. So here I am to talk about this lovely day and something we have to pay attention to. And I've been talking about it a lot, but something's going on here. Let's start off with the basics. Another volatile day today on Wall Street. The low of the day with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, down 230 points. It seriously looked as if stocks were going to go positive at one point today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down only about 30 points. So that's a 200-point swing right there. The Dow was unable to go positive and finished down roughly 90 points. Now, let's put a perspective on that. They sent out a pretty big gun today. Janet Yellen herself. See, Powell's not pulling it off. The current Fed chair, the guy has issues, to say the least. And I don't think the market has confidence in him. So what they're doing is, it's a shell game. They're putting someone else out here to say, okay, if he can't cut it to push this market higher. I mean, let's put another perspective on that. Powell, this guy. We're talking about a 180-degree capitulation to the president. President Trump and Powell must have had some kind of powwow, sit down, and they're obviously both on the same page. The Federal Reserve has now promised to keep pumping cash into this thing that we have, the economy, the markets, debts and deficits continue to explode, keep rates low. And the market's just still not, we're still thousands of points off the high. Thousands of points off the high with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, despite, literally off the Richter scale effort to prop it up. So, what they did, they brought out Janet Yellen today. Janet Yellen said, hey, you know what? It looks like the Fed, this was her initial statement, looks like the Fed is done. They're done. But then she did have to throw the slight element of uncertainty in. Well, it does depend, but she was very dovish. And that was a deliberate act to try to get cash moving back into the stock market to make up the several thousand points that we are down since the high. So the market people, and this is what I was talking about earlier, what I have been alluding to now for a while, we are still in the downtrend for 3 stinking months. Couldn't break out above that upper channel. They tried to make that happen. Yellen, she was sent out specifically to try to make it happen. But look, more bad economic news across the board, not just here in the United States, but around the world. So how can the market even maintain where it is with regard to its point gain if we're slowing down? There's all these trade issues, radio silence today on that. So look, you know where this is going. It shouldn't be any surprise to you. However, and this is kind of funny. So as most of you know, I have a Lion's Corner now on my website, traderschoice.net. If you click on the link in the description of this video, it'll take you to my website, right upper hand corner, Lion's Corner. I still have a neutral, I'm calling the market neutral right now, and I got slammed today. Greg, what are you, nuts? You should be buying puts here. Yeah, I know that. Believe me, I'm thinking about it. I want to wait to see a couple of things play out this week. I would be willing to bet that the market, the way it is, yes, I will be shorting this market this week. And when I do, I promise to let you all know. That's the truth. When you're trading options, especially naked ones here, I'm not talking about spreads. If I'm going to be shorting this market naked, sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I want to be dead on here with regard to timing, because it's all about timing when you're talking about options. So, and you're not going to risk huge amounts of capital either. Even, I don't care how bearish the market might look. I don't care if you'd be willing to like drain your last drop of blood betting that it was going to drop. No, don't do that. Especially if you're considering, which I am, buying naked puts against this market. I used to trade the index a while back. Most of you are aware of that. I think this is a time where we need to do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't be using credit spreads as well. You can. There's so many tools, so many ways to play this market, and you should be aware of all of them. You can't just be a one-trick pony. And there may be, if you have a certain perspective on this market, you may want to attack it in a different way. It's so simple. You all know that, I think, my lions out here. So anyway, look, let's just sum this up. We are still in a downtrend. The market cannot break out of that downtrend. Today, despite a maximum effort by it herself, Yellen, we couldn't break out above it. And I don't know if they're going to continue to do it. They might float her out tomorrow. They might float somebody else out tomorrow. I have no idea. But let's just be ready for it. Be ready for that. Be ready for the propaganda. Remember, we are in an economic war. They try to make it sound like it's a trade war. Oh, it's no big deal. It's a trade war. But it's economic warfare, which is being made worse because the clown show, not referring to President Trump, so calm down. I mean, all of them. He's part of the clown show. Is he the king clown? I'll leave that up to you. But they can't get their act together. So what's happening? We the people get to take it right up the Gabagool. All right? I'm going to put it that way. With that said, I'll leave you with that lovely thought. We'll see each other in the morning. It's going to be just freaking great.